سڵاتان هەبێت لە هەر کوێکن مستەر جۆی کوانژین قونسوڵی گشتی کۆری باشوور لە هەرێمی کوردستان حوتەمین قونسوڵە و لە 2019 دا دەست بەکار بووە بە خۆشحاڵیەوە لە ڕێگای پرسیاری قوتابیانی قوتابخانەی کۆلێژی پەروەردەیی کوردستان لە شاری سلێمانیەوە دەست بە بەرنامەکەی پەنجەرەی دیدە دەکەین مستەر جۆی welcome to the program thank you to join me
دڵخۆشم با بینینتان هۆشەویستەکانی کوردستان سڵاو لە هەمووتان بین چێگوانگەن کۆنسوڵی کوشتی کۆماری کۆریا
So smart, so fast. Yeah, before we start with the KISS questions, this is a curious question from me. I would like to know how do you learn to speak this good Kurdish?
Because my service in Kurdistan is the second term. Honestly speaking, 15 years ago, I served in Kurdistan for the first time in my life.
Yeah.
At that time, I have a lot of curiosities toward the Kurdish culture, especially the Kurdish language and clothes and their music and dance, etc. But especially in terms of the language, Korean language and Kurdish language has a lot of similarities and commonalities. For example, the Kurdish language and Korean language, the structure, sentence structure is almost the same. Because Kurdish and Korean language starts subject and then comes object and then comes verb. It's just unlike the English, unlike subject, verb and object.
Before,
So that is the very similar sentence structure. So I think most of the Korean people easily learn the Kurdish language as soon as possible. So I would like to introduce Kurdish language to the Korean people.
Okay, that's nice. Yeah.
And for example, 한가오바 한가오.
한가오바
한가오. Korean is 한 걸음 또 한 걸음.
Okay.
So almost similar.
So all that is similar, or
yes,
just 한가오바 한가오?
Yeah. I thought there are many things, but I would like to introduce later.
Yeah, and how important is to learn the language and culture of a country you work in?
Because my idea is that culture is the reflection of our lives. It means that when you know the culture of other country, you can learn the way of living. It means that I can learn easily understand what they are thinking, how they are thinking, and how they respond to the new circumstances. So that is the basic way for the diplomats should learn the other cultures whenever they started to work in the country. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I want to start with the first video. It's become from Duhok. Okay. From Pishkos Uthman. She has Master of Global Affairs and Politique International in South Korea. She sent us a video and she explains her experience in South Korea. We want to listen together. So.
Hello everyone, my name is Bashkus Othman and it's a pleasure to be able to talk about my experience as an international student in South Korea. Studying in South Korea was one of the best experiences I've had in my life. At the beginning, I had some difficulties due to the differences in culture and society, which is normal in all cases. But through this experience, I was able to make friends with many Koreans and other international students. One of the good things about studying in South Korea is that it is budget-friendly and many scholarship opportunities are offered to international students. Also, different associations in universities have a major role in integrating different cultures of students from all around the world, besides holding various activities for international students, which has helped us to get to know the Korean culture and the country better. Basically, learning and having fun was the summary of my experience as a student in South Korea.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I explained before. The culture is the basic thing to understand the other countries. Yeah. So the adaptability toward the new culture is the basic. So we have to start to understand what they are thinking, how they are living. Yeah. If they don't know, it's very difficult to adapt yourselves to the new environment in a different cultures.
Yeah. And what about the scholarship? When and how the students can apply for?
We have a very special and famous scholarship program provided by the Korean government. We call it GKS, Global Korea Studies. Okay. I have a good news.
Okay.
Before I came here,
I'm excited to hear that.
Yes.
Yeah, please.
Before I came here, I just got a call from the Kurdish woman. She successfully entered the Korean scholarship program.
Wow.
Yeah, we have to
That's
congratulate.
really
Yes.
great news.
She
yeah.
got 3 entrance admission. She got 3 admission from the Korean universities. So now she's wondering which university I should go. She should pick up one university.
That's great idea. That means it is not too hard to study there.
Actually, this is very hard because this is a worldwide program. So there are very strong competition. As far as I know, there are 6 candidates in Iraq. And then she got the final pass admission from the Korean university.
Wow.
So I would like to recommend all Kurdish students who would like to study in Korea, please try, please challenge, please try to this global Korea Studies scholarship program. It provides whole courses scholarship, and you can enjoy the monthly expenses. Also. Yes.
Perfect. And how many people you choose every year?
Every year, I was told that more than 100.
Oh,
yeah, more than 100.
Number, yeah.
So I would like to strongly recommend all Kurdish students to learn about this, because we already posted this information on our SNS, Facebook, and other Instagram, etc. So please hook up with our SNS program and get more information. If you have further information, please call us.
That is great. Okay, well, let's start with the kids questions from Komalgai Perverdi Kurdistan from Slemania. Before that, I know you have been in Slemania. What do you like there?
I've visited Suleimani so many times.
Yeah.
Before I been there, I was told that Suleimani is the Paris of Iraq. It means that they love culture and they love art and music, etc. So as a kind of cultural lover,
really.
I love to go there and exchange with people about the culture. But this time we arranged the Korean movie night for the first time in Suleimani. Because of the corona pandemic, our diplomatic activities are very limited. So that's why we would like to find a solution to communicate in spite of the coronavirus.
How was the reaction from people there?
At the time, all viewers to the Korean movie, because Korean movie is so popular all over the world. Last year and this year, we awarded the Academy Award. So Korean movies were famous and popular. So that's why more and more Kurdish people would like to see their Korea's movie.
And also they translated this Korean drama to
drama.
Kurdish.
Yes.
And also I know too many people, young people here in Kurdistan, from this drama, they know speaking Korean now.
Yeah.
So let's start with the first question, please.
Hello, my name is Karis. I'm from Slemani, and my question is the course of Korean learning in all Kurdistan cities? And thank you for your answer.
Yes.
She knows you have courses. And she's in Slemania. Now, how's that?
Yes, when I arrived in Kurdistan, I found out that most of the Kurdish students would like to learn Korean language. And then Korean consulate has provided private Korean languages courses provided in Erbil and Slemani. But this is the very popular because only in Kurdistan there is only these courses. But unfortunately, because of the coronavirus, we temporarily stopped. So when the coronavirus is stabilized, we would like to reopen and restart these courses again. And maybe more and more Kurdish people enjoy to learn the Korean language.
Yeah, I hope so.
One more thing.
I want to start it also, actually. I like language.
And I would like to introduce, there are more and more SNS programs providing the Korean language courses too. So I was surprised to know that many Kurdish people, they run their own SNS website and then introducing how to learn Korean language from A to Z. So this is another way to learn.
Right. So the second one, please.
Hello, my name is Rand, and today's question is, what's your favorite Kurdish food? Thanks for answering.
So yeah, what?
Okay. Talking about the Kurdish food, I fell in love with the dolma.
Okay.
Dolma, biryani.
Because it's hard.
Yes, yes.
It's hard to make it.
But talking about the dolma, the flavor of dolma is almost similar with the Korea's kimchi. You know the
Kimchi.
Kimchi. Kimchi is
Okay.
the Korea's traditional and symbolic food. Most of the world people would like to enjoy the Korean food.
It's like dolmas with vegetable.
Yeah, dolma is
okay.
vegetable, and kimchi is also pickled cabbage. But kimchi is a fermented food,
Okay.
so the flavor of the kimchi is almost the same with the dolma. So
okay.
whenever I meet the Kurdish people, I would recommend them to try the Korean kimchi.
Kimchi.
Otherwise, you can try the dolma instead of
Can
it.
we, like example, fit this stuff here in Kurdistan?
Yes, yes,
Yeah?
yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
So in the market, you can buy the Korean kimchi.
Kimchi.
Yeah, yeah. So if you taste the flavor of kimchi, you can find out that oh, this is almost the same flavor.
So
Flavor.
Can you also cook?
Kimchi?
Yeah, kimchi.
Kimchi.
Or anything
To making a kimchi is very difficult.
dolma also?
But yeah, dolma I think is very easy.
Did you try it?
Yeah, I will try.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Then another videos, please.
Hi, my name is Shwebin, and my question for today is, what's your strategy or way to make the kids learn about the history and get benefits from it? Thank you for your answer.
So yeah.
Oh, very difficult question to answer.
Yeah, because you know I saw before 2 months maybe that BTS,
Yeah,
this
BTS,
group,
right?
yeah, how learn Korea with the BTS. It's a like a BTS book, like.
Yes.
Is that a new way to learn how the kids learning about their story or?
I was told that BTS is providing a textbook, let the word Korean pop song lovers
Yeah.
to learn Korean language easily, because the Korean pop song lovers, they would like to mimicking the singers of the Korean singer, so they would like to know the basic of the Korean grammar. So this book introduces how to write and how to read and how to understand
That's
the
a
Korean
great
alphabet.
idea. Really.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So, so talking about history again, before answering to this question, I would like to introduce the one worldly famous and distinguished historian. His name is E.H. Carr.
E.H. Carr.
E.H. Carr. He wrote a book named What is History? And he defined the history as the unending dialogue between present and the past. It means that we people who are living in the contemporary period of time should learn something from the history, because some historians repeatedly said that history repeats itself. So that's why we should some lessons from the history, and then we have to cope with any difficulties lying ahead of us. So that's why Korean governments take history as major subjects which should be taught in the elementary school, middle school, and high school. And if you want to become a government official, you should pass the history subject. Otherwise, you cannot become a government official.
Yeah. Okay. And you learn? Did you learn all stuff?
Yes,
Yeah.
to pass the examination for the diplomat,
Yeah.
I also studied the Korean history as well as the world history too.
Okay.
Yes.
So we say all the kids most that know
Yes, yes,
they
yes.
they history before.
Yes, yes,
yeah.
yes.
If you want to be diplomat also. So another videos, please.
Hello, my name is Res and I have a question. How important is music and art to be developed across countries? Thanks.
Okay.
You like it also, and you play the
yes.
whole.
Yeah. Yeah, because I love music, and I cannot imagine the life without life without music,
Without music.
and music without life. Because as I mentioned before, music and art is the reflection of our lives. So it means that we can address this music and art in three ways: individually and individually and societally and stately. Individually, music and art give us the power to recreate our productivity, and in society-wise, it gives us a lot of chances to learn the bondage and the solidarity between me and other people. And stately, the culture and music and art is the reflection of our society and state. So this is kind of a phase. This is kind of a phase of the state to which you belong. So this is very important. So that's why every country has the Ministry of Culture. So they are functioning to develop this kind of activity and promote their nation branding, etc.
What do you listen in the morning?
This morning,
Yeah.
I love to listen to the Kurdish Shimshar.
Really?
Kurdish Shimshar and
Nice.
Balaban. Yeah.
Thank you. So the last video, please.
Hi, Mr. Shoy. I'm Nir, and I have a question. How do you describe the Kurdish people to the Korean people and the government? Thanks. Have a nice day.
So how do you describe Kurd to Korean people and government?
Yes, up to now, there are very limited introductory materials to show the Kurdish culture and wonderful scenery and the people toward Korea. So that's why during my tenure, my top priority mission is to introduce Kurdish beautiful culture and beautiful scenery and the beautiful mind and hearts of the people, Kurdish people. So that's why I try to find out the more and more similarity and commonality between the two cultures. So if they understand the culture easily and more efficiently, they can increase their trust and the friendship in a much more better way to the future direction. So that is my mission, and this is what I'm doing right now.
Thank you. It was the last video. Thank you again. Thank you for your time.
Spas.
Spas بوتو.
Spas.
سپاس again. سپاس بۆ ئەوەش کە تاکو ئێستا بیسەر و بینەرمان بوون لە تۆڕە کۆڵماتەکانی کورسان تیڤی بەردەوامی لە گفتوگەکانمان و تاکو پەنجەرەیەکی کە بەخواتان ئەسپێرم هەر شاد و سەرفراز بن.